The One Piece manga has seen growth from many, and I mean many characters over its long run as a series. We have followed a group of characters doing just that and see the friends they make along the way, not only physically, but mentally show incredible growth. This is no better way to explain the guy that has been with us since before any Straw Hats. Koby. We have seen his new capabilities and they certainly have people talking. What's up guys, my name is Verdix and today I'm going to be discussing if Koby is a serious threat now. If you like videos like these, go ahead and hit that sub button. I put out quality content like this weekly, you won't want to miss. There are three things that got me into making this video in the first place, and that was the discussion of Koby's overall strength and how it is in comparison to other YC1 level fighters such as Zoro, Sanji, Law, Kid, etc., and two things that tie in together being both the future of his power and his role in claiming the One Piece. While Koby of course does not obtain the strength of any Admiral or Yonko level fighter, he in my opinion and many others believe he is capable enough to hold his own against some of the big boys, and I'm going to be discussing all three of these in detail, but I would also like to stress the importance of what I mean by a serious threat. There is more to a person's strength than their powers and abilities, such as leadership and how well they can lead men that are following them. This is something that Mihawk himself remarks as the strongest ability in the sea, and as I talk about in my You Don't Understand Mihawk video, this is a power even of the world's strongest swordsman has yet to achieve, and I believe it's still one of the few things left he desires. Koby, while not having an entire crew of outlaws with him like a pirate crew or an entire fleet, he does have marines and especially the members of Sword. These guys, especially Helmeppo, have been around Koby for a long time and care for his well-being, and even have gone so far to risk their lives to go alongside Garp into a Yonko's territory without the Navy's assistance in attempts to free him out of being kidnapped. This shows a good amount of determination they have for him in a similar way the Straw Hats do with Luffy. We will talk about his future with Sword in the Marine soon, but I would also want to quickly discuss how important one's impact is not just to the story, but us the readers, as Koby isn't someone that has been with us every chapter like Luffy and the gang, but he has been a looming thought in the back of people's minds. If he is a guy that looks to take down Luffy, and we have seen Luffy grow to such heights, we at least have to question his importance, and on top of this is somebody that Oda has had plans for since day one, and is not someone to be tossed to the side. But now, let's get into the three major factors that will decide if Koby is a serious threat now. Koby's strength can be categorized under different levels, and I see where both sides are coming from. You have those who believe Koby is underwhelming, and his feats are that of what we saw Zoro do against Pika and Dressrosa. But as I do see their stance, I do not agree, as Pika isn't as big in size as Kizaru when he takes on the size of Hachinosu. Not just this, but we cannot take their durability to be the same. On top of this, Zoro has the privilege of slicing his opponents through with his swords, while Koby is literally punching a colossal-sized island into pieces with straight fist. This amazing level of haki shown was either one of two things, being either Rio or Advanced Armament Haki, or ACOG Advanced Conquers Haki. Now, since it isn't confirmed, we do have to speculate on this, but if it is a Conquers Haki punch, then it surely will rise his stocks and give a lot of people more confidence in him. This was all off of pure hard work with no special lineage, ability, or devil fruit, man, not even a weapon. He also has underrated endurance, as after a few days of poor conditions as a slave, mostly starved and poorly fed, if at all, was able to rise up enough strength to perform such a feat. In terms of how he compares to other Yonko commander level fighters, guys like Queen and Jinbei can't take such an attack head on, as Bizarro has the ability of it not affecting his main body while they can't do such. Those, however, aren't the top, as if we look into the real Yonko Commander 1 level guys, I don't think he can beat them, but I do believe he belongs at the bottom or just hanging around that tier, as while he is destined to show better feats, Koby unironically has a better feat with Honesty Impact than anything Sabo has showcased. Another one of these guys he can compare to is Katakuri, as he couldn't take more than 13 attacks from Whole Cake Island Luffy, who didn't have Rio, nor did he have ACOG. And while this video isn't to go into detail about 1v1s, I would still like to quickly compare his feats to other YC1s to see if he is truly up there with them, which I myself believe he is, but at the bottom. However, his stocks will only rise in the future, which we'll get into now. The one thing that's always been consistent with Koby is his hard work showing off great improvements. The whole reason at the start was being to join the Marines, and after he accomplishes this, he seeks higher, and as one day he hopes to become one of the Navy admirals, and I don't think he would be done from there. But one thing right now that is most likely on his mind above anything else is getting Garp back. Koby, being the brave soul he is, most likely is going to want to rescue Garp as he did for him, but he knows that his strength's current status isn't enough, especially if Garp's wasn't. This is the first time in Koby's life that he has felt great need to rescue someone instead of climbing the ranks. It's the most difficult goal he has ever had on his mind. Being such, his training will most likely be gruesome, but all in order to save Garp and challenge a Yonko crew. I see maybe a guy like Sengoku helping him, as he does have obvious connections with Garp and is, outside of maybe Fujitora, the only strong marine I could see that would actually help Koby. Either way, he is going to have to go through some rigorous training in order to become a hero like Garp and also save him as well. I can't predict exactly how he will obtain that strength, but he most definitely will. And while some could say this is headcanon, I seriously doubt Koby will just sit back and let Garp stay captured. Honestly, same with Sengoku, and now I'm starting to think it's really going to happen, but either way, this level of strength is a must for Koby to obtain. If he really is going to become a Navy admiral, he will most definitely be a mini Garp and replicate his fighting style while obtaining all 3 types of advanced haki and to an insane level. It is not just for saving Garp that Koby needs to become insanely strong, but he needs to, as he says, stop Luffy and play a role in obtaining the One Piece, as his name is plastered on the group of characters we see have the potential to claim it. Not only these things, but he also has to showcase great power if he is ever considered for Navy Admiral. These 3 key factors are the reason I believe Koby's future is very bright, as he does have insane goals, but is always portrayed with great achievements ahead of him. Luffy was able to utterly thrash the Gorosei even after fighting Lucci and Kizaru. Roger took on the most legendary foes to claim the One Piece, and the Admirals have all showcased power on par, if not greater in some cases, than the Yonko. The reason I bring these up is to keep in mind what Koby is aiming and going to become. He is most likely the leader of Sword now, unless some new member appears, and with the members of Sword almost dying to save Koby first, they will likely be backing him up and sharing the same ambition Koby will to save Garp. He will most likely lead them not only to charge Hachinosu once more, but their future endeavors as well. Maybe even into battle against the Straw Hats at some point, being an endgame battle between Koby and Luffy is destined to happen. And honestly, it can happen at the same time the final war begins, who knows, and if it does, I want my credit for predicting it. The various amount of work he puts in will surely keep up with him and put him farther into top tier territories. One thing you guys can't forget is Koby has an insane amount of plot backing him up. From the start, Oda, like I said earlier, has had big plans for this guy since day one, and when the endgame comes, he will still be a name of topic, as his name was mentioned as one to go claim the One Piece. He can maybe even be leading more than Sword, as a whole half of Marines alongside him, while Akainu gets another half. I do believe he will be leading his own army of sorts the same way Garp once was, and I think he will even fight a top tier or two, such as one of Akainu, Blackbeard, Garling, and perhaps maybe even Emu. Outside of Luffy, I think he has to go up against one of these guys, even if it's for a brief scuffle. Whatever your opinions are about this guy, positive or not, he has an undeniably great future ahead of him. That's it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button and leave a like to help with the algorithm. Much appreciated. Shout out to Tiberius for the thumbnail. If you would like some of your own, hit him up. His Twitter link will be in the description, as well as my Twitter @verdicts_ for more of my takes. And without further ado, you guys can get out of here.